Yesterday, I think a couple days ago, I had a guy on Facebook. I actually showed him statistics and facts, not from a website, as far as being like a news site. I actually showed him stuff from the IRS and government-controlled websites where they just put out statistics and information. He was a liberal Democrat, and he sat there and tried to tell me that I fabricated it. Let me give you some of the fabrications so you understand them. That food stamp usage in this country is at the lowest usage in over 7 years. Consumer confidence is up by 13%, which is at the highest level in 17 years. Unemployment is at the lowest level in 16 years. First-time home buyers at a 7-year high. The stock market is up by 43.4%. Illegal immigration is down by over 70%. And this guy actually wanted to argue with me and tell me that I made it up. And I encouraged him to go and look up the government websites himself, verify the information himself. Instead, he chose to simply call me a liar and write me off. The issue I think that we run into today is that when you have people that are so attached to their agenda, they're so attached to their idealism, that they'll out and out deny facts, statistics that are verifiable just to validate their point. And what was his point? His point is Trump was corrupt. That Trump stole the election with Russian collaboration. And here's the interesting part about that. The more this is looked into, the more that this is investigated, the more you find that not only wasn't Trump involved in any collaboration with the Russians, but it's just the opposite. That not only Hillary Clinton, but including the investigators, Comey and Mueller, are coming out. For example, Comey, it's been proven now, verified, wrote a letter of basically clearing Hillary, an exoneration letter, before he interviewed one witness, before he even really started the investigation. He basically wrote a letter stating that there were no real criminal charges, that it was even changing words like that were originally negligence, which would have been prosecutable, to carelessness. And these guys have been in the tank for Hillary from the beginning, avid supporters financially as well of the Democrat Party. So listen, here's what I'm trying to get at. If you're a Democrat or a liberal, don't take it personal, because it's not. Investigate yourself. Look at the information, not on some kooky website or some hack. Look into it. Research multiple sources. Find out what's going on. If Hillary Clinton were accomplishing all these things that we've seen here, all you would see on CNN, MSNBC, NBC, CBS is the raves of how wonderful of a president that Hillary Clinton is. However, she's not. She was too busy actually cooperating with Russians to get false dossiers and completely fabricated stories to try and stop Trump. This isn't about liking Trump. This isn't about disliking Trump. This isn't even really about politicians. But to me, the worst criminal in this situation is when you're appointed and you're given the job, trusted with the integrity of the people and the government to investigate something, and you choose your own bias and your own idealism to try and fabricate charges against somebody who's not, while ignoring and exonerating somebody who actually does have criminal neglect. You got a serious problem there. You have a real issue to deal with. It is sad, and the worst part of it is, listen, if you get facts, if you get opinions and theories, hey, listen, have at it. But when you get facts, figures, verifiable statistics that show what's really going on, and you choose to stick your head in the sand and say, nope, Trump's bad, Democrats are good, Hillary Clinton was the world's savior, and Trump is an evil nemesis, respectfully, you're a fool, because you're ignoring what's right in front of you. It's not personal anymore. The one thing I will say that I'd like to see, I'd like to see these guys like Comey and Mueller, I'd like to see them get criminally prosecuted as they should, because they've destroyed the integrity of an election. They've attacked and damaged the credibility of multiple people who didn't do anything wrong. And that's wrong on a whole nother level. Now, all that being said, it's an absolutely beautiful day in this country. I love living in the state of Florida. Wouldn't be anywhere else. And I'm thankful to God that I have the opportunity and the privilege to speak my mind. Whether you agree with me or not is irrelevant. It's that I have the freedom to choose to disagree with things that I like. And you know what? So do you. You have the freedom to have intelligent, intellectual debate where you use your mind and not foolishness and not nonsense. I wish that we could realize and take a step back and realize we're all Americans. We're not Democrat Americans, and we're not Republican Americans. We're not whatever country of origin you think you might come from Americans. We are Americans. The worst part about Orlando is not that it was a gay club. The worst part about Orlando is that it was Americans in there that were killed for no other reason than someone's bigotry and hatred. It has nothing to do with anything else. Some of the greatest tragedies that have happened in this country recently. The Vegas shooting. There was actually a Democrat politician who stood up and had the audacity to say, oh, well, they were mostly Trump supporters, so it really doesn't matter. And if you want to, you can Google that yourself. No, those were American citizens. Just like those people in that club in Orlando. They were American citizens. Just like those guys out in the baseball field. They were American citizens. And that's what needs to be primary and first. Nothing else. We need to start acting like Americans and treating each other with respect. Yes, we're going to disagree. Yes,